Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live here in Memphis, Tennessee, in Shelby County. Today is um, early Monday morning, March the 17th of 2014, and the time is 2:15 a.m. And this video will have yesterday's date on it, which would be Sunday, March the 16th of 2014. First of all, I want to say thank you to all my fans and all my supporters for your continued encouragement. And I'm speaking of microphone. I want to thank all my fans and supporters for your continued uh, encouragement. And like I say, year 2014, soon I will be initiating my entertainment musical intentions. And you will not be disappointed. None of our fans support will be disappointed. You have no doubt. And on this video, I'm not going to be very long. Like I said, I want to say thank you to all my fans and supporters for your encouragement. And, as I said on my video, my previous video yesterday, that our discussion uh, pertaining to traditional African culture and customs. I try to, when I speak in this microphone is not a vocal microphone. This is an instrumental microphone. It still is a good microphone, but this microphone is an instrumental microphone, and it's not a vocal microphone. And on this laptop, which I have, the microphone is right. With the laptop top turns, you close it, where the microphone is down. How about that? In that area. So I know some of my videos, because I went back and on the last two videos, not the one I did yesterday, but the one I did last weekend. The two videos I did last weekend. I know that I was trying to speak loud enough. I was kind of back a little bit, but that's the reason why. Because when I use this microphone, and then when a mic on the laptop is at, it kind of gives an impression that I'm not speaking loud enough. But I try to speak loud enough. But like I say, with this microphone, it's not a vocal microphone. It's an instrumental microphone, and then a mic on the laptop, when it tries to pick up the sound from the microphone, it's right there where you close the laptop in. So, but then when I'm like what I'm doing now, it appears that the microphone picks it up. But when I'm at a little distance, the microphone will pick it up as well. So, like I said, I try to speak loud enough, into the microphone. That way, the viewers who are viewing this video, my videos, can hear. And like I said, on previous video, the topic, the subject that we're dealing with is going to be dealing with is traditional African cultures and customs. Now, the thing that I want to begin with is self as a person, self. And when you deal with traditional African cultures and customs, when you deal with yourself, now self is not limited but unlimited. And when you deal with yourself, being that where you originated from, there has to be a concept in self that when you deal with your environment, self and the environment are not unalike, but are like. You understand? Are not uh, not known to one another, but are known. I'm not gonna say different, but like I said, when you deal with your environment, you're not unlike your environment. You are like your environment. So self is like the air. Self is like the water. Self is like the land. Self is like the vegetation. Self, when you see uh, living creatures. Self, because these creatures, when you look at self look at these creatures are trying to survive. And then self looks at these creatures are eating, and when they eat, these creatures are revealing to self that for them to survive, if some of these creatures see self, they will attack self and will kill self and will devour self. And self will do the same thing. Self will see creatures in the environment, and self will take these creatures and will use these creatures for survival. So self, you understand, you use your senses to see, to hear, to smell, taste, and to feel. You understand, your touch, your hands, feet, you breathing. When you feel is unlimited. Everything in your body is very sensitive. And so when you deal with self, and like I said, this is traditional African cultures and customs. So when we deal with self, we're not going to initiate the discussion and the topic. We're going to start from at a very elementary level. You understand? We're not going to talk above anybody. We're not going to talk below nobody. We're going to deal with the very general uh, issues that uh, the, the general public, you understand, can deal with. We're not, like I said, we're not going to talk, above anybody. I'm not above. I have a high school diploma. I'm a student at Monroe College online. I'm pursuing an associate's degree. I don't have no bachelor's degree. I don't have no master's degree. I don't have no PhD. So I'm not in that. I'm not on that level where I can even talk above anybody myself. You understand? And however, there's within me some uh, awareness. There's some awareness of traditional African cultures and customs, and you have to deal with. When I say self, I use the word self because what I really get to is when you say black. I say self because I didn't want to start out just saying black. First, I wanted to get to put in the mind of dealing with a person being on the African continent and dealing with all the things that are around you. But at the same time, you're dealing with yourself. And when you deal with yourself, traditional African cultures and customs. There's another issue that I'm included in it without me even saying it. It's already included when we talk about the supreme being. You understand? It's already included in there because that's what I was getting at. Is when you deal with yourself as a person, your feet is standing on. You understand? Your feet is touching the ground. You understand? Your body can, if it's cold outside, your body can feel that. If it's hot in the climate, see, self is dealing with that. If it's hot outside, without your hands or feet or anything touching anything, just the climate. You understand? The climate. If it's a cold climate, the African will have to deal with a cold climate. If it's a hot climate, then the African won't have to deal with a hot climate. So this is what we're dealing with. That's why I said seven. That's why I said it. And that's what you understand. Because your environment, you make it. You get the impression that it's something different. That's why I didn't use the word different. You like your environment. Because if you wouldn't like your environment, then there would be, that would be, you couldn't even be in that environment. See, even if it was a cold environment, see, your body, the human body, if it's a cold climate, hot climate, either one, self is like the climate. See, if it wasn't, you see that black space out there? If you wasn't like your environment, that's the reason why you wouldn't survive. Because you're not like. But when you're unlike, that's the reason why you can't breathe. Because there's a likeness. When you in your climate, you take a breath, there has to be something that's like for that breath to even go inside your body. If there's something unlike, then you know you're gonna die. You can't survive. So there's likeness in your environment. So when you deal with your awareness, your feet touch the ground, the climate that you in. If it's a hot climate, cold climate, you be aware of it. So then there's things that have to be done to exist. And these things that are being done are not just being done by one who does not know how to think. You can never, ever have a concept in your mind that the African doesn't know how to think. You couldn't do that. For the same very reason said that even if it was trying to run from some animal or something that was chasing you, something would tell you that you need to get away from this creature, because this creature is trying to destroy you, trying to kill you. So you can never ever, your environment tell you, even the cold climate, the hot climate, will tell you if it's hot outside, eventually you're going to become thirsty. You're going to seek shelter from that heat. If it's a cold climate, that cold climate going to make you seek shelter. And when you seek shelter, you're going to have to find somewhere where I can get warm. I'm going to have to find some kind of way to keep myself warm. So your brain, regardless of the climate, is working. You can't say that a person is just standing there 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. You could never say that the African brain does not function, because the climate will make your brain function. The climate is alone. The climate itself will make the brain function. See, and so when we deal with traditional African culture and customs, when we deal when we address the issue of the complexion, see the like around you, when the African identifies what's around, what's on the bottom of his feet, this is when you say African. See, this is when you say, where did that come from? You understand? What, when, where, why, how, when your feet is touching something, and when you see all the things that's around you that's touching what your feet is touching, traditional African cultures and customs. When you see, when you see it, smell, when you taste, understand what's it? When you see, when you hear, when you smell and taste, and when you feel, your senses, traditional African cultures and customs. And when you have, um, just say, when you see, use your eyes. When you look down at the ground, you look at the colors of the ground and what's on the ground. Then you look at everything that's around you. What color is it? And when you feel everything that's around you has a different feel. Because what's on the bottom of your feet feels different. Every time you take a step, you might be walking on some rocks, might be walking on some sand, might be walking on some dirt, might be walking on grass, the vegetation. Understand? So traditional African culture and custom. When 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 a person smell themselves, when you even taste yourself, when you hear yourself, and when you see yourself, when you feel yourself, when the African sense itself. You understand? So that's what we're gonna deal with. We're gonna the initiation of this discussion is the sense of self. So I had to put it in the context, in the perspective that just like at the bottom of your feet, you gotta sense yourself. You gotta sense that's around you. So you like on here, you see sense self. When you sense the things that's around you, then you gotta sense self. There's some lightness. So when you say black man, white man, red man, yellow man, brown man, when you say man, woman, understand? And in saying all this, included in that is the topic, the issue of the supreme being. and sense and self. And like I said, I wasn't gonna be long with this video. We're gonna continue this very uh, interesting topic, interesting discussion, traditional African customs, cultures and customs. When you identify self, when you sense self, when you say that you are you are we are or they are African, the traditional cultures and customs of the persons that are referred to as Africans, and the cultures and the customs that are traditional. When you say African, when you say Africa, what is the origin of that? When you say black man, white man, yellow man, brown man, you understand? Black man, white man, yellow man, red man, brown man. What is the origin? Wool man, what is the origin of that? And we're gonna continue this very important uh, discussion in the next video. And again, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live here in Memphis, Tennessee, in Shelby County. I want to thank all my fans and supporters for your encouragement. Until my next video, I wish you the best.